Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm meteorologist Brandon Lashbrook with you tonight on FSU weather for your Monday edition. Right now, we see lots of rain here in Leon County. We got plenty of rain over Doak Campbell Stadium. Temperature dropped down to 76 degrees right now with a north wind at 8 miles an hour. And across the region, temperatures have dropped down quite drastically in places north where we have even more rain, 74 in Quincy, a little bit warmer down by the coast, 85 in Crawfordville. In our radar, we can see plenty of moisture in the atmosphere, plenty of rain, storms across Florida, with lightning as well. And currently, we're under a flash flood warning from the National Weather Service here in Leon County and into Gaston County as well, with storms not moving too much and as we go into the next couple hours. But for the show, we'll be talking about that low pressure in the Gulf expected to bring some heavy rainfall to the Gulf Coast, severe weather up in the Midwest near the Great Lakes, and the latest on what Hurricane Darby is doing in the Eastern Pacific. All that and more on FSU Weather. And welcome back into this live shot of Doak Campbell Stadium. 76 degrees with thunderstorms in the area. And across the area, temperatures are in the mid-80s, mid-70s in some places where they have received pretty steady rainfall for the past couple hours or so, like 73 in Thomasville. And as you go a little bit toward the coast, it's a little bit warmer where the rain hasn't quite fallen for too long yet, with 86 in Apalachicola. And that is also keeping the heat index down as well and in check, as we see 76 Tallahassee, so below or at the air temperature, so that's a good thing that the rain and the cloud cover is providing us. Today, though, we started off the morning in the upper 70s and rose, quite, steadily into the mid-80s by lunchtime and topped off at 89 degrees. Then that rain hit around 6 p.m. Well, boom, we just plummeted down to 76 degrees by 6 p.m. and as of right now, so that's definitely nice that the rain is providing us. And our high today was around 89, 90 degrees. So below our average of 103, which is also a great thing, and keeping it around our average of 92. And here's our radar right now. We see plenty of storms in the area with lots of lightning as well. We do have that flash flood warning for Leon County and parts of Gaston County as well for some of these storms are slow movers. You see on the western side of our area, we see the storms moving in from more of a northeasterly flow down toward the coast, and then more toward the eastern side of the Big Bend, we have that southwesterly flow bring up that moisture. So here you can see that spin a little bit with that low pressure system helping to steer their storms, and they're quite slow moving too. And across most of Florida, we do have some more sea breeze convection down the spine of Florida with some high clouds and some lightning associated with those, and plenty of rain and storms over in the Gulf of Mexico, where we do have that low pressure system kind of hanging out near the Louisiana coast, and we'll be talking about more of that for sure in the tropics. But for the overnight hours, temperatures will be dropping down into about the mid-70s. Still with all the rain in the air, it's going to be pretty moist outside, pretty humid. So mid-70s, it's going to be pretty sticky outside if you have any plans outside, but it's going to be raining as well. And it's a little bit warmer as you go down by the coast, 79 in Apalachicola. And for tomorrow morning, it's going to be around the same kind of was today, with showers and storms starting off in the morning hours and going into the evening hours. Temperatures will be kind of capped in the mid to upper 80s. And here we go with our future radars for the next 24 hours. Start up again, once again, in the morning hours and kind of moving from the Gulf of Mexico up toward the north as we have a decrease in coverage of storms today, but do have a good chance of seeing some storms as well. And for tomorrow, temperatures will be capped off, like I said, in the mid-80s range across most of the air, thanks to that cloud cover, helping to keep the temperatures down. But for the next 7 days, we'll see stormy conditions tomorrow. A little bit decreased chance on Wednesday, 60%, and that will increase more so as we go into Thursday and Friday. So pretty wet week ahead for here in the Big Bend. I'll stick with you for the southeast right now. A couple live cams. Clemson, South Carolina, we see some cloudy conditions at 78 degrees. Tampa, Florida, 83 degrees, a little less clouds, and Atlanta, Georgia, 82 with more clouds as well. And so basically, if you got clouds over you, help them keep temperatures down in that area. And throughout most of the region, on the eastern side of the southeast, we have temperatures in the about mid-80s, 91 in Orlando, 89 Tampa. As you go more toward the west, though, where the high pressure ridge is, we have warmer temperatures, 89 98, excuse me, in Shreveport, and 95 up there in Little Rock. And of course, warmer as you get into Texas. And coupled with that warmth is humidity numbers. So dew points in the mid-70s across most of the states. A little bit drier as you go more toward the north. Again, we do have that frontal boundary kind of draped over the southeast states of Georgia and Alabama. So a little bit north of that boundary is a little bit drier air, and a little south of that is going to be more moist air to feed some of that those storms and showers in the Gulf of Mexico. And again, that's helping to keep that heat index down in the Florida Panhandle, Alabama region. But as you go more toward the west, where there are not getting that much rain, 110 for a heat index in Shreveport and 99 up there in Little Rock. So we do have some heat advisories for places in Texas, as well as heat warnings as well. Here around Houston and up into Dallas as well, we do have also an air quality alert in Dallas. And as we go to the next 3 days, where is that rainfall going to be at? It's going to be near the Gulf Coast, as we have that low pressure system. Even if it doesn't get a name, it's still going to be producing plenty of rainfall and flooding concerns as it moves toward the northeast as we go into the end of the week. And here's on radar, we can see that low level spin right here, helping to feed some of that moisture, bringing it up into the Gulf Coast as we head into Wednesday and into Thursday as well. So Florida Panhandle is going to be seeing a lot of rain, as well as places of Louisiana, coastal Mississippi, and Alabama. As we go into tonight, temperatures will be relaxed a little bit into the mid-70s across much of the states that have some of the rainfall. A little bit warmer as you go down south in Florida, 82 in Tampa and 80 in Miami. And a little more toward the west, 77 in Shreveport and 78 in New Orleans. For Jacksonville, Florida, for the next 3 days, it's going to be pretty stormy as well. Temperatures are going to be capped below 90 degrees with a good chance of rain the next 3 days. And tomorrow, temperatures will be right back up into the mid-80s, into 100 and toward the west. But let's go take a look at what's going on nationally, as we do have some severe weather to track. Winique?
Thank you, Brandon. So we do have lots of severe weather to track, and we are actually seeing quite a bit of rain right now in Tallahassee. We've cooled down quite a bit. We are currently in the mid-80s because of that rain, and we're seeing rain across the nation. So that's more or less the same story for the nation. We've cooled down quite a bit because we have lots of rain activity. So let's get into it. Currently in Tallahassee, we're at 76 degrees, very comfortable, 81 in Atlanta, 98 in Memphis, and 92 in Miami. Now we are currently feeling like 76 in Tallahassee, so that's pretty on par with our temperature. It's quite warmer in this area right here, 101 in Dallas, 105 in San Antonio, and it's also currently feeling like 105 in New Orleans. Now, as Brandon mentioned, we have this low pressure disturbance right now hovering off of our coast, and that's going to bring lots of heavy rainfall to the area. However, our friends right here in the Midwest, we have a cold frontal boundary also bringing lots of rainfall and possibly significant winds, high-speed winds, and hail in the next couple of days. Now, if we zoom in and we look right at the northeast, you can see these lines of showers and storms are really making their way through. Now, they are fast-moving storms, so the rainfall accumulation will not be too heavy. However, like I mentioned, they will see the possibility for some heavy winds and hail. So for us in the southeast right here, this low pressure disturbance is bringing lots of active rainfall, and right now we are seeing lots of showers in the Big Bend and the Tallahassee area, so we will keep an eye on those showers and keep you updated as the show progresses. Now, for our outlook for today for our storm prediction center, we are currently in a non-severe risk. However, this area right here near Chicago and St. Louis, they're in for a slight risk, so they may see possibly more rainfall accumulation in the next few hours. Now, Texas is under a excessive heat advisory warning and watch, and that is because of that very, very high pressure that we're seeing over this area. And right now, if we look towards our west, it's very, very dry on the west coast, but we are very, very moist here in the east coast. Now, as I mentioned, we're very, very moist in the East Coast, and we're going to actually take a look into tomorrow and see that that will be more or less the same. We will be in for a non-severe risk. However, that frontal boundary will push its way eastward and really cause more lines of showers and storms for the northeast. Now, on Wednesday, we will see a marginal risk for the Atlanta area and much of the southeast, and we will downgrade the northeast to a non-severe risk. Now, that rain is going to accumulate over the next couple of days, and we will see quite a few inches in Tallahassee in the southeast, and that will be more or less the same for the next few days. Now for tonight's temperature will cool down into the overnight hours. We will be at 74 in Tallahassee, 78 in New Orleans, and 75 in Memphis. Now for tomorrow, we will more or less be very comfortable. A rainy 86 in Tallahassee, 88 in New Orleans, and 101 in Memphis. And if we look towards the west coast, they'll be significantly cooler, 70 in San Francisco, 72 in Los Angeles, and 82 in Seattle. Now, if we take it to the tropics, we actually have 3 tropical disturbances that we are tracking currently. So we'll give you the latest updates for those because we are having a very, very active hurricane season right now. Now, as we mentioned, we have this low pressure system right here off of the Gulf, and this is really affecting the Big Bend and Panhandle area of Tallahassee. Now, we are at a 30% chance of development, so that is still a very, very low chance for development. However, even if that storm does not progress or increase at all, we will still see that heavy rainfall in the next few days. Now, we also have this tropical disturbance right here off of the coast of Central America. It is at a very high development chance, at a 70% chance of development over the next 5 days. And right now we are currently tracking Darby. Now Darby currently has sustained winds of up to 120 miles, and it is expected to track towards Hawaii and possibly bring lots of potential heavy rainfall for that area in the next couple of days as well. Now, if you can see in our upper level, we're very, very moist off of the Gulf, and we're also very, very moist right here off of Central America. And you can see the spin. This is textbook spin right now for Hurricane Darby, just hovering off of the coast and strengthening as the time progresses. Now, another factor that really, really aids in hurricane development in hurricane season is warm temperatures. And right now, our sea surface temps are very, very warm. So looking right here, these red colors really suggest those warm temperatures that we're seeing. And right now in the Gulf, we are at no exception, very, very warm. So that hurricane or that low pressure system, really has that fuel possibly needed to advance or to cause even more of a disturbance in the next couple of days. Now, for a 72-hour rainfall over the next couple of days, Tallahassee and the southeast will see increased rainfall chances. We are looking at a couple of inches over the next couple of days, but we'll keep you updated as time progresses. So make sure you are weather aware, keep your umbrella on hand because those rain chances will increase over the next couple of days. So now we are going to take one last look at this 72-hour rainfall forecast, and you can see we're going to see quite a bit of rain over the next couple of days. But now let's look at Doak Campbell one last time. It's quite cloudy, and I'm going to pass it to Brandon for a look at our local.
Thanks, Monique. Yes, we have plenty of rain visible on this Doak Campbell live shot, as we have storms throughout much of the Big Bend region, producing some heavy rain as well as lots of lightning too. And here they are on radar, kind of just moving up toward the north on the eastern side around the I-10 corridor up until Valdosta. And we're still under a flash flood warning for Leon County and parts of Gaston County as well, as we have these storms that are just slow moving up toward the north with plenty of lightning and some heavy rains as well. And over toward the west, we have the storms kind of moving from the northeast kind of down toward the Gulf of Mexico. As we go to the next 24 hours, the storms will kind of move in the opposite directions on each side and kind of die off when we lose that daytime heating, but kind of return again tomorrow morning and into tomorrow afternoon as well. As we go into tonight, temperatures will be dipping down into the mid-70s. It will still be plenty of humid outside as well, with dew points in the upper 60s. But 75 in Tallahassee, 74 in Monticello, and a little bit warmer as you go down by the coast with 79 in Apalachicola. And for tonight here in Tallahassee, it's still going to be pretty rainy outside. 74 degrees is going to be our temperature, cloudy skies, and south-southwest wind at 5 miles an hour. But for the next week ahead, we have pretty good rain chances across the next 7 days. That will help keep the temperatures down into the upper 80s in most days, maybe a little bit warmer on Wednesday with high around 90, 93. But if you go ahead and like us, you can follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSU Weather, as well as on Facebook. Give us a like and a follow at FSU Weather. And I hope right now you're watching us on YouTube live streaming. You can do that at FSU Weather. And be sure to give us a like and a follow on Instagram as well at FSU Weather. But now one last look at your 7-day forecast for the next week. as we see storms and rain chances are pretty good across the next 7 days, as we have the kind of that mid-level troughing and that frontal boundary across our area, and that low pressure system helping to aid in some convection and some moisture for our area. I hope you have a great night and stay safe. I'm meteorologist Brandon Lashbrook. Have a great evening.